Hello guys, welcome to another video of CI/CD pipeline. So in this video, I am going to explain about what is pipeline script from SCM, how to get the pipeline script from the SCM, that is the Jenkins file, and what is poll SCM. So in the first video, what we did was in this pipeline script, I have mentioned this GitHub URL. So basically, in the stage clone repo, we were basically cloning the repository manually. Okay, so this is what we are doing it in our previous video. So in this case, what we are doing is we are telling the Jenkins to go to the GitHub repository and get the script from there. So how we can tell them is, so you go to this Jenkins pipeline. So I just built a, GitHub pipeline over here. So you can in the same way you can click on new item, give the name as GitHub pipeline and select pipeline option. So then when you click on configure, so you will land in this page. Once you land in this page, so basically in the first video what we have done is I selected a pipeline script. Okay, now what I am doing is I am selecting a pipeline script from SCM. SCM means source code management. So where is our source code is managed? It is managed in GitHub in our case. Okay, I selected this, and this option I selected as Git. And if you are using Bitbucket or GitLab, you can add a plugin over here and you can configure that. Then repository URL. So I am giving my repository URL where my Maven project is stored. Then after that, I need to give the location of the Jenkins file. So and I need to specify the master. This is the master branch, and here in the script path I am specifying the Jenkins file, because if you go here in the Maven Spring Java Maven app, there is a folder called as Jenkins. Inside the Jenkins I have the Jenkins file. Okay, so that is what I am specifying here. So inside the Jenkins folder I have the Jenkins file. Then I need to click on save. So once you click on save, and when you click on build now option, so what Jenkins will do means Jenkins will go to this GitHub repository, and since we have specified the path of the Jenkins file, so it will take this pipeline script from here and it will execute all the stages over here. So you can see I have executed some of the stages. Uh, so these are all the stages you can see. These are all the stages, and the one in the green means all the stages are passed. So I'll go to the build number one. So I'll help you to see some of the observations. So in the first build, you can see whenever I am trying to clone the repository from the GitHub, it says the cloning the remote Git repository. That means when you're running that job for the first time, it will try to clone the Git repository. Okay. So after that, when you are doing the build for the second time, let me go to the build number two. Let me go here. When you go to the build number two, uh, you can see like it is not cloning the again. So what it is doing is it is fetching the changes from the remote Git repository. That means one it will do the Git to clone only one time. After that, it will look for the latest commits in the Git repository. That means it is fetching only the latest commits. So that is the point that you should be keeping in mind. So that means here what we are doing is instead of giving the script manually, we are giving the GitHub repository link, and we are telling Jenkins to go to that GitHub repository link and clone the repository, and there you can find the Jenkins file, that is the script as well. So that is one thing. And another thing is, so in the real-time applications, whenever a developer pushes the code, then after so like if the pipeline is configured to run every 2 or 5 minutes, like every 2 or 5 minutes, the pipeline will run automatically, and you no need to click on this build now button. Okay, so how do you configure that means? So you go to this Jenkins pipeline, and then there is an option called as configure. You go to configure, and there is some options called as triggers, that is build triggers, and you select poll SCM. This is the option that is used. Poll SCM means source code management. So here you need to specify the cron expressions. Okay. For example, what I'll do means, this means the script, that means the Jenkins will look for the changes every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes it will go to the GitHub repository and look for the changes. So if I specify h-2 means, the script will run every 2 minutes, right? If I specify h-2, the script will run in a random times. That means the script can execute at 2 minute 1 second, or the script can execute at 2 minute 50th second. So it can be anything random. So that is what we are specifying here. And after that, you just specify this schedule, that is the cron expressions, and you click on save. And after that, what you can do is, so I'll go here and I'll edit this file. Job completed successfully. Okay. Then after that, I'll commit the changes. Then after that, I'll commit. Okay. You can see the changes has been committed, and I am not going to click on build now. Okay. You can see the 10th build has run. So let's wait for some period of time, that is 2 minutes. So I'll keep the video as it is. So if you want to see the changes, you just like fast forward it and skip for 30 seconds or 1 minute, so that you can see the build actually running. Okay. So let me wait for another some time. I am not clicking on anything. I am just uh, waiting for the build to start. Let's wait. Yeah, the build will start in 2 minutes. You can see in the quiet period expires in 4.9 seconds. Finished waiting. So the build started. Okay. You can see I have not done anything. The build started automatically. So it checked for the changes, and it started running the build automatically. You can see all the stages. That is, where are the stages coming from? Build, test, deliver, complete means, in the Jenkins file I have these stages like stage build, stage test, stage deliver, and stage completed. Everything will be over here I have mentioned. So you can see the build is running fine, and yeah, the build is going to pass as well. Let's wait for the build to complete. So basically, this is the process. Okay. So in the real world applications, this is what we are doing. Like we are configuring this Jenkins pipeline, so that whenever a developer made a commit and pushes his changes to the repository, so this Jenkins pipeline will scan for the changes every 2 minutes, and if any changes are present, so it will pull the latest changes, and it will try to build and run the unit test on that application. So yeah, this is how we are automating the build process. That is a continuous integration, where where the code, we are pushing it to the repository, and we are building our file to the jar using this Maven build tool, and we are running the unit tests as well. So this is what the real continuous integration, and then we will look at continuous delivery as well in the upcoming videos. Yeah, the build is running fine. It is taking some more time. Let's see what are the logs it is generating. So let's click on the build, and you go to console output, and you can see the recommended no credentials, fetching changes from the repository. So everything it is printing. and it is running the tests. Everything is working fine. You can see the build is job was completed successfully, and the build also completed. So if I go back, you can see this is the commit like update completion message in Jenkins file. So if I click on this commit, so I added that message, right? Job completed to job completed successfully. So it will show what is the changes that I have done. And if I go here, you can see all these green blocks are in green color. That means the build is successfully completed. So I think that's all for this video. So if you have any questions, please write it down in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching.